I'll try and catch up with you.
How you doing? Good. Love it. Keeps me in the gym.
Number 3, Devon Diori. Number 4, Emma Marble. Number 12, Abigail Valero. Number 22, Casey Mollie. And number 42, Becky Allen. Please give a round of applause for our visiting team. Now to recognize our seniors. We start out with number 2, Mollie Henrikson.
You're listening live on the Lakewood Sports Channel to Senior Day. Take a look as Mollie Henrikson and Mollie Pilgrim are coming out to the floor.
Mollie's favorite basketball memory is celebrating with the team in the locker room after beating the three-point record. Her favorite high school memory was, my favorite high school memory is getting ready with my friends and having fun before homecoming. After high school, Mollie plans to major in environmental science at either Ohio University or the Ohio State University. And she would like to say thank you to my parents for always pushing me. Thank you to all my coaches, especially Coach Wood, for being there for me since 5th grade. Our final senior today is Mollie Pilgrim, escorted by her parents, Jen and John. Mollie's favorite basketball memory is locker room shenanigans and getting hyped up before games. Her favorite high school memories, being able to meet my closest friends through sports. After high school, Mollie plans on going to Ohio University and major in early childhood education. And she would like to say thank you to Coach Wharton for always being by her side for 7 years, and thank you to her parents always supporting me during my games. Congratulations to our seniors. We'll see you in a court in 15 minutes.
Thanks for joining us here on the Lakewood Sports Channel for Senior Day here at Lakewood High School. Mollie Pilgrim and Mollie Henrikson just went out to center circle to be honored by the Lakewood crowd here. We got a great crowd tonight, Mike Harper. We're going to bring everybody the action in about 10 minutes here. So if you got anything to do on this wonderful Saturday before you lock yourself into a Lakewood Sports Channel doubleheader, get it done now, because we'll have Lakewood and Normandy coming up on the Lakewood Sports Channel in 10 minutes. We will get our starting lineups here from Lakewood High School. Mollie Henrikson, Sam Hudak, Sydney Hampton, Mollie Pilgrim, and Delaney Garcia round out the starting five for second-year head coach Julie Work. And for sixth-year coach Joe Perella, it will be Summer Ibrahim, Devin Giori, Emma Marvel, Emily Queener, and Kaylin Wagner in there, the junior for the Invaders. And Mike, we talked about it, but elaborate a little bit more. What's Normandy going to try to throw at Lakewood to keep them in a low-scoring affair like they had the other night against Holy Name?
Well, yeah, Grant, I mentioned the 1-2-1-1 diamond press. It's a full court zone trapping defense, and they're really good at it. I watched them play Buckeye earlier in the season, and they had Buckeye in fits. Now, unfortunately, and Coach Perella will tell you this, the Achilles heel is being able to score the ball for them. And so he said, yeah, we did a good job. We had them handled in the first half, but then we come out in the second half and only put 12 points on the board. That's going to hurt you, right? But if they can find a way to score the ball, and they're a good defending team and can muck it up a bit, I think that they can give Lakewood some problems here.
Certainly it will be on the backs of Queener and Wagner in their last meeting with Lakewood, where they fell 59-43. Queener had 11 points, 8 rebounds, and it was Wagner with a 15-point outburst and 8 rebounds. And we saw this Normandy team a year ago. They're a little bit different, but they keep that identity. It's going to be pressure. Formula for Normandy, look on the Lakewood side, those guards love to get into the ball handlers. They love to put pressure on the perimeter. This should be a fun one. I don't think anybody's going.
And you're right. I love the way Coach Work has taught the girls how to get up, and it's not even full court pressure or three-quarter court pressure. A lot of times it's half court pressure, and it's man pressure, but they're in your shirt from the time you cross the half court. And they talk, they communicate, they switch well. I love what I see out of Lakewood in their defensive pressure.
Absolutely. As a big cheer for our one of two seniors, Mollie Henrikson, the all-time three-pointers in a game record holder for the Rangers. Sydney Hampton, Sam Hudak getting called out here. Big applause for Mollie Pilgrim, the senior on senior day. Mollie Pilgrim had a great game last time we were on this broadcast, and really was our player of the game, a catalyst in Lakewood's victory that night against Buckeye. And tonight it'll be no different. They'll be asking Pilgrim and Hudak and Hampton to hound those ball handlers the entire game. And what can we say about Mollie Henrikson? It's been a record-breaking year for the senior. In this last matchup against Normandy is when she broke the record for threes in a game by a Lakewood girls basketball player with 7. She had 25 points that evening in Lakewood's 59-43 win. Everybody contributed in that game, Mike. It was a great game for Lakewood.
It really was.
Delaney Garcia with a double-double. Sam Hudak had 9 rebounds, 10 points. Cindy Hampton really impacted the box score in a different way with 8 assists, 4 steals. She's done a great job at both ends, corralling the other team's ball handler and being the point guard for this Lakewood Ranger squad.
All right.
We're all set for tip-off here from Lakewood High School. Lakewood will control it, and we are bringing you basketball live on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. Block underneath by Normandy to start it. Henrikson going to start this senior day off right with a three-pointer from deep. And, boy, that's got to feel good if you're the senior on senior day. That one, nothing but net. A classic Mollie Henrikson three from the wing.
Normandy's got to be, no, not where she left off.
That's what we talked about that one,
not
right.
Just where she left off last
Normandy
time we played.
Will certainly is well acquainted with Henrikson. That shot from the corner rims out there. A nice shot by number 3. Devin Giori there. As Pilgrim gets ahead, and the two seniors are the first two on the board. Lakewood is running and gunning.
Here we go. So, listen, I talked about Normandy's diamond press. Look at this. Lakewood's come out in their own diamond press.
Normandy and Lakewood going to apply some pressure here in the early going on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood.
I always like fighting fire with fire,
Teams that press do not like to be. As Normandy puts up a shot right away there, and 2 shots for Normandy have gone right over the cylinder and out. Unfortunate.
It's a good look from Queener, though.
Nice pass ahead again to Pilgrim. That one a little too quick for the senior, as Hudak Pilgrim will regroup on the next possession. And it will be Pilgrim at the top of the press here.
Yeah, I like what Lakewood's doing. They're setting the pace We're coming out running and gunning, making sure that we beat them up the court.
Now, it all depends on personnel, Mike, but what was the press that you always had the toughest time, or your teams you thought had the toughest time against? We've seen a couple variations from Lakewood this year. They're going with the diamond press a little bit today with the 1-2-1-1. What do you think is toughest for high school ball handlers?
I don't know if there's a particular one. I think it's the teams you face and the personnel they have.
Certainly.
Berea Mid-Park, they had a tough guard tandem that would get up in your shirt, and it was full court, 100-man.
Yes.
But the way they communicated and they trapped off
right.
of it and they ran and jumped off of it, they were just such smart ball players. And that's the problem. When you don't know where the trap is coming from and you turn your back just a bit.
Sure. It's hard to replicate that in practice,
it
too.
Really is.
The speed of a trap like that, or the speed of a press that is well run and well communicated, as with Normandy doing a good job to not turn this one over. And they're going to call a travel on the Invaders. Nice job by Hudak to get
Great help.
to the gap there, but not foul. She moved her feet, didn't get the hands tied up, and it'll be Lakewood ball. Another turnover forced there. Normandy brings their press way down the court here, and Lakewood's happy to break out the other way. Mike, that press is way under Lakewood's hoop with two players under the foul line for Normandy. They're hoping to cause a disruption before you even get past the free throw line.
Yeah, well, if they're going to do that, that first trap's got to come a little harder, faster,
Absolutely. You got to put the screws on quick.
Otherwise, you're going to give that long cross-court pass away.
Garcia matching up against Giori on the wing. This is number 13, Kaylin Wagner, the junior, working it around. She had 15 points, 8 rebounds against the Rangers in their last time out. Ibrahim will get the offense started for the Rangers. Rangers blanking the Invaders early on here on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. Nice block from behind by Henrikson. That three-pointer is up. No good. And Lakewood will corral the rebound. Garcia with a tough box out and jump to that ball.
Good rebound by
Henrikson all the way up the court. Nice up and under from Hudak. Couldn't get the bucket to go, but a pretty move underneath. Took her time, played off 2 feet, and was able to be fouled underneath.
Well, Sam Hudak hasn't made that bucket yet, but I'm telling you, she's had 2 or 3 good looks just by being in great positions. That was one of them right there.
The most promising thing, again, we talked about how offensively it was a tough night against Holy Name the other night. The most promising thing I'm seeing from the Rangers early on tonight is them looking ahead and the girls getting up on offense and trying to negate some of that early pressure they're seeing from Normandy. That's 3 players we've seen open underneath the hoop early in the possession. It shows that they've been working on their transition lanes and knowing where to be. As Pilgrim lost that one, but they're going to say it was tipped out by Normandy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to look ahead, and you got to.
Like I said, they're setting the pace. I mean, they're getting out and they're running, I think they're the quicker, more athletic team. So why not?
Certainly will work to their benefit if they can get out and get on the scoreboard early. Henrikson finds herself open again for 3. That one is good. Mollie Henrikson, a pep in her step on senior day. She feels like she's walking through that balloon tunnel again.
And I know Coach Pirelli has said, listen, we got to know where number 2 is.
Yes, there's a most wanted poster of Mollie Henrikson in the Normandy locker room.
I guarantee he is far too good of a coach. I know he's told her. Don't
know your personnel.
Yes, sir.
This one is on the ground, ping-ponged around, and Lakewood will come up with it. Henrikson pushes it the other way, looking ahead to Hudak. That floater, no good, but Garcia was there.
Oh, great.
Garcia turns over the shoulder, no good, but really nice sequence there from Lakewood getting out and pushing the pace. Yeah, they don't want this game to be, who has the ball last. They want to make the most of their possessions early, and they certainly have, jumping out to a 9-point lead.
Absolutely. And I think the last time we watched them play Buckeye here, we thought it was a little bit more, turning the ball over early. They've done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Queener with the nice floater off the layup there to get Normandy on the board. 9-2, the Rangers lead now, as that ball was tipped by Queener on the other end. And 2 subs will check in for the Rangers. Sam Hudak will come out. Jackie Hudak will check in. And Delaney Garcia will check in, and Ava Carroll will take her spot. A little different personnel for Lakewood. This is their smaller lineup here where they like to space it out and use the perimeter.
Yeah, but you still have Carroll in there who is a good rebounder underneath and has good post moves.
Carroll had 7 big rebounds the other night against Holy Name, played a great game. She's taken some threes this year, some mid-range jumpers, and has really developed her game nicely.
For sure.
That floater from Ibrahim, no good. And Lakewood will corral to take it the other way. Henrikson pushing this one. Thought better for her a moment. Stopped and got to the rim and will be going to the free throw line for a pair.
That's the great thing you see about Henrikson. You know, she's, her prowess shooting the ball behind the arc, but as a senior, having the wherewithal to know, like, okay, if the defense pulls up on me, I'm going to take this ball to the hole. And she has the skills to get to the rim and make some shots. So
and when you can handle the ball as a shooter as well, when the defense is keying on you, then you finally find the next open person. They sometimes have a lapse. And, where did that first ball handler go? And Henrikson has made Normandy pay so far today with 2 threes.
For sure. Well, it's the mark of good stuff. You see it in the pros with Steph Curry, right? I mean, I think one of the things that's very underrated is his ball handling. I mean, we know about his shooting prowess, but the fact of the matter is he can put the ball on the floor and get to his spot wherever that spot is.
Makes that three-point shot all the more deadly as Lakewood was able to get an offensive rebound there, but not able to get it back in, but they will get a turnover and be able to push it the other way. Pilgrim, nice pass ahead to Hudak. Hudak underneath the foul, and so far Lakewood has had success underneath getting to the free throw line. That's a good sign if you're the Rangers.
Oh, absolutely. But it's the pressure on the other end. I think jumping the passing lanes, doing those things have been able to let the Lakewood Rangers get out on the drive. Normandy's got to do a better job of taking care of the ball in the half court.
As Joe Perrello will take our first time out of the day on Senior Day, I want to tell you about our sponsor, First Federal of Lakewood. They are a proud sponsor of Lakewood High School, and they are rooted in all the communities they serve. First Federal has supported the personal and business banking needs of its customers since 1935. Visit ffl.net to learn more today. And as you look around this beautiful athletic facility, we were talking about it before the game, Coach Harper. I mean, First Federal was so big in getting this athletic complex put together, and it's such a nice place to be able to call games and have basketball games, and really holds a crowd nicely, especially on a day like Senior Day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lakewood off to a good start here. 9-2, they lead the Invaders in this one. Normandy will come back out with a few subs. Savannah Hardy checking in for the Invaders, joined by the other 4 of the starting 4. And for Lakewood, it'll be Carroll, Pilgrim, Hudak, Hampton, and Henrikson out there for Lakewood.
It'll be interesting to see how deep Coach Perrello goes into his bench. We know that Lakewood will play up to 9, 10 kids. So I think, especially if you want to try to put pressure out there, right?
Sure, absolutely.
You're going to have to run into your bench a little bit.
Coach Perrello opted to only use 7 players against Lakewood the other day, but you could say that you could chalk that up to some COVID disruptions as well. And you got to have players ready to go, especially this year when players have to check in and be ready to go at a moment's notice. Nice job by Ibrahim on the ball fake. Was able to find Wagner.
Really was. That was good poise there. See, but
there's Jackie Hudak in the passing lane, taking it all the way. Normandy trailing her, no good, and they're going to say she was fouled as she went up for the free throw. That's 4 fouls in the first quarter here on Normandy.
See, what they did a good job in breaking the press, a great job in breaking the press, but then you turn it over in the half court, and it just negates all that good work, right?
And it was good by Jackie Hudak. Sometimes on the weak side you can fall asleep a little bit, but Hudak's eyes were right on the ball handler, and she was able to pick off that pass with some good anticipation as Bridget McKenna will check into the game for the first time tonight, and Garcia will be back out there for the Rangers. Garcia, in the loss to Holy Name the other night, had 10 points, shooting 50%, and had 6 rebounds for the Rangers. Anytime you can score 10 points in a game where you only score 28, that's a good output for you there.
It is. Yeah. Giori had a good box out there on Carroll. Carroll just coming over her back a little bit there.
That will get the foul category a little more towards even here, as it's 4-1 now in the foul column. Ibrahim working it on the front, but McKenna, great on-ball defender, just brings another dynamic defender off the bench for these Rangers. She's always tracing the ball and getting her hands into the passing lane. That shot no good off the backboard, and what a pass ahead by Jackie Hudak to find the senior. And Henrikson's layup is good. What court vision from the Rangers tonight. That has to be their
Fantastic.
4th or 5th outlet pass.
They are running and gunning. It looks good.
A baseball pass is fired over there to number 23, Hardy, and that's one way to break the press if you're Normandy. Just
it is.
go out of the stretch.
It is. You know, those second line defenders in that 2-2-1 press have to really understand who's right there behind them.
Hardy was able to come down with the offensive rebound after some nice defense by the Rangers. And Carroll stepped in to that pass and knocked it out of bounds as number 21, Milanovic, will come into the game. And number 4, Marvel, will check back in for Normandy.
See, that was a great read and react defensive play on the baseline trap. You know, whenever, you know, we always just try to teach kids, like, whenever someone has that ball in that short corner baseline, they're stuck.
Right, and the next pass away is the one where you can
Exactly.
you make them pay, right.
But you throw that trap there, and it wreaks all kinds of havoc, you know.
It will certainly be a tough day for Normandy if they continue to cycle the ball there, but they've had a couple of nice straight line drives, a couple of nice jump shots that haven't gone. Some of the things that we heard from Coach Perella about the season for the Invaders so far. This one being worked around the perimeter by Hardy.
Yeah.
And it's Henrikson back in the passing lane. Here comes Henrikson the other way. She will not be slowed down, and Henrikson has another layup, that one on the scoop. I.E. out and running today.
She has owned this thing today on senior day. I love it.
We got to let her walk out of the balloon tunnel every game.
Yeah.
You get shot out of a cannon. Oh, nice defense by Lakewood to keep their positioning there, and Garcia will push it now. She was tied up by Queener, and Lakewood will settle it down. Bounce pass underneath to Carroll. She turns over her left shoulder, and her layup is good. The left-handed finish from the junior, and Lakewood is getting everything it wants underneath.
It's a clinic. It's a clinic right now.
We were wondering how they were going to come out after the Holy Name game, but I think
Absolutely.
they've answered that question resoundingly, Mike.
You know, that's a mark of a good team, you know. You let that one go and you bounce back.
Another turnover and another steal by Jackie Hudak. Jackie will work it around. She sees Garcia all alone, and that spells trouble for the Invaders. 18-2, the Rangers lead as the final seconds tick off the clock for this one in the first quarter. Under 10 seconds remaining, and boy, Lakewood has done a great job of finding the open player.
What's that? My old Mike Tyson saying, everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the mouth.
And we knew Normandy wanted to press, and we knew Normandy wanted to get up into Lakewood, but I don't think they accounted for Lakewood skip passing and outlet passing.
No, they've done a fantastic job. That was a good press breaker right there.
That was, as Hardy with the nice layup there to get another 2 points on the board for the Invaders, as IE's prayer will not be answered. But boy, what an answer to an otherwise disappointing night the other night. These look like the Lakewood Rangers we're used to seeing, as they are leading 18-4 at the end of the first quarter.
Coach Work has done a great job of having this team set the tempo out here. I just love it. I love how fast they're playing. You know, I thought we had the edge on athleticism and speed, but I think, you know, it's a decided advantage when you watch that first quarter, because they are just on the defensive end, jumping passing lanes, pressure, defense, and we're talking half-court pressure, not just the full-court pressure they're putting on, but then on the offensive end,
right.
You know, once they get the rebound or get the steal, I mean, they're heads up looking
Heads
forward.
up is
And everybody's
certainly been the
getting
name
out.
of the game.
Everybody's getting out into their running lanes. Love it.
Hey, we want to tell you about our new sponsor in Lakewood Sports Channel, the Journey Basketball Club. They're holding their first annual 2020 Hoopers Showcase out at the Splash Zone in Oberlin. It'll be on April 2nd and June 4th this spring and summer. So if you have a team 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5, and want to showcase your talent against some of the best in the area, go ahead and give Joe Sagine a call and email journeybasketballclub@gmail.com, as Lakewood will come back out for the second quarter here, defending the Invaders.
I might have to come out of retirement, huh?
For the you and me,
3-3.
you, me, and Pat Hayes. I don't think there'll be enough icy hot in the world to get us through a showcase. But I'll those first few picks will be mean. As this quarter will be brought to you by NewCastle Roofing, owned by LHS physics teacher Dave Hilly. Call NewCastle Roofing today for all your roofing and home repair needs.
Love Mr. Hilly.
Oh,
Great teacher.
when we got him on board this year, nothing made me happier. The students are very lucky to have him, especially some of the girls on this team here, as Coach Work. Coach Work's most regrettable time out of the year there. She didn't see anything coming of that play, but then the sea parted underneath, and there's an open Ranger. But that's the timeout you don't want the refs to hear for all the ones that you don't get in, right?
Well, you know, as a coach, you're on the sideline, and all you see is chaos.
But
you can't see the great thing that's brewing
Right.
behind it, and you just get
right.
too. Listen, I've done it more times than I like to admit.
As Lakewood broke the huddle pretty quick there, I don't think that Coach Rourke took the full 30 seconds there. That's a good one. She's usually got impeccable timing on those timeouts.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
As Lakewood will work the sideline out of bounds here. 18-4, the Lakewood lead. With 7:30 remaining in the second quarter. Nice roll to the hoop, and the pump fake by Pilgrim. What a move underneath. I had no idea Mollie Pilgrim was related to Kevin McHale. That was some great footwork and composure underneath by the senior.
Wait a minute. You saw what she did in that 19-point game,
I
right?
say, I had a front row seat with you, my friend.
Believe it, it's real.
That was certainly some composure on senior day there. And a big credit to Pilgrim and Henrikson, the way they've come out and played this game, because, you know, we talked about it at the opening, but the senior day, it can be emotional. You know, you're reflecting back. You're not in the moment as much. But, boy, Henrikson and Pilgrim have been locked in from the tip as Henrikson lets another three go right on cue. Mollie Henrikson wide open from the corner.
I love it. I saw it developing, and I'm like, is she going to kick this ball right back to her? Hudak saw it like, yep, here you go, boom.
I don't think Hudak could believe it at first.
No, it's like,
right.
Who's guarding the inbounder, right? Yeah.
That's right. She has been money from deep tonight.
Oh, man.
She might have a chance at her own record here.
I just think poor Normandy has just gotten railroaded here early, and I don't know. You can kind of see the kids just haven't really kind of
right.
They're in this malaise, you know.
Yes, yeah, I don't. Yes, but you know, this can turn quickly as Lakewood, you know, had that drought against Holy Name the other night. These things can turn quickly, and Normandy certainly.
I think this is more indicative of who Lakewood is.
No doubt.
And I would say, you know, I get it, right?
Sure.
You know, no one ever scores like this, and I'm not saying that it's like this, but I'm saying we've seen this team play enough to know that they're more of this team than that team that, you know, we saw at Holy Name.
And the rest of the GLC East is aware of that fact.
Yeah.
As on senior day here, we're getting closer and closer to the GLC tournament, which will be awesome. There's some great teams coming from the west. Lakewood, obviously, from the east, along with Normandy, Buckeye, and Holy Name. It's going to be a fun GLC tournament. We're hoping to bring it to you on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented now by NewCastle Roofing.
You know, Queener did what we teach all shooters to do: follow your shot, right?
Absolutely. Those are some easy buckets.
They got to get Queener and Wagner going here. They got to figure out how to get
you figure if Normandy's going to come back, it's going to come from those two who had good games against Lakewood the last time out.
Absolutely.
Boy, that roll has been dangerous for Lakewood. That pass just a little errant that time, but that roller is certainly coming off open.
Just a little Baker Mayfield over.
It's too soon, Mike. It's too soon.
What's wrong with me?
The playoffs start today, and I don't know who I'm going to root for. I know I'm rooting for the Rangers today because they're putting on a performance.
Yeah, we're gonna pretend like football's not happening. We're gonna watch. We got the boys coming to play tonight here. Lakewood.
Doubleheader on the Lakewood Sports Channel versus Padua at 7 p.m. Yeah. I don't know what matchup I'm most excited for: Padua Lakewood or Ansbury Kammock. That'll be a good one. Have to keep them separated at the scorer's table. Those two good friends, two good basketball programs here in Northeast Ohio. It's good. You know, this conference is such a grind. We were talking about it the other night, but you know, you got to play everybody twice, and then you even play some crossover games. Doesn't leave you a huge opportunity to play, you know, those non-conference opponents. But it's always good when you can work one in and work on some things and get some players in. You know, the stakes are not, I don't want to say lower, but it's a little different field than a conference game.
For sure. But, you know, that's the age of COVID, right? Everybody's scrambling to try to make up games, figure that thing out. So
Lakewood has 5 more conference games they have to make up, and some teams in the GLC only have 2 left now.
Right.
So it's been a wild, strange year, but we're glad we've been able to bring it to you on the Lakewood Sports Channel. And Hampton almost had another steal there. Hampton's got to lead the team in deflections by a wide margin. She is just always in the passing lane and has a nose for when to attack that ball.
She has become such a good defender on and off the ball. Just a heady kid.
Yes. With one more year left, we can't wait for the future of Lakewood basketball. It is bright. The JV team won again today against Normandy. They've been having a fantastic season.
They really have.
We're setting up during the JV game, so we always joke that we look up and we're like, well, when did? But more than not, there have been some 20-point, 30-point leads they've had this year. It's been fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think too, one of the things as the program has gotten stronger here in Lakewood, that you got some kids, that like other programs are pulling younger kids up fast.
Sure, and by virtue of right,
and they don't get to develop probably like we'd like to see them develop just out of necessity. But
sure,
Lakewood's now at a point where their program's good enough to. They're starting to see, that they can let these kids stay down and develop the right way.
Well, as Pilgrim knocks down the baseline jumper there, she continues her hot night on senior day. As Jory works it around, Normandy looking to find some offensive answers here as they trail 27-6. But we talked about it, too. This team was young last year. There were a lot of things that if you talked to this group last year, they wanted to come in this year and improve on, and they certainly have. They have an identity this year. They are decisive on offense, and, again, there they are in the passing lanes. But there were some lumps taken last year, and it was a young team, and it really paid off for them. As Normandy will break out the other way, Marvel lays that one up and in, and Normandy with the turnover and bucket.
Great steal by Henrikson, but then just got a little ahead of herself there. That's the times you got to pull the ball back out a little bit and set it up.
Garcia from the corner. She'll put that one up, no good.
It's a good shot for her, though. I love it.
Good shot fake by Henrikson, and she found herself wide open, maybe more wide open than she expected there, and the spin not accepted by the nylon as Normandy will look to go on a little bit of a run here. That three-pointer pulled and knocked down by Queener, and right on cue, like you said, Coach Harper, that is one of the players that Normandy wants to get hot.
Well, they've got 4 minutes here. If they can just kind of keep it where it is, stay right in here. Oh, a great steal by Queener.
By Normandy. Down the other way, and that layup is good. And like you said, Queener is all over the place here in the second half of this second quarter and really getting Normandy back into this one. 27-13 now.
Coach Perella said, it kind of lies with Queener and Wagner as they go, the team goes. So
another turnover and another steal by the Invaders. Ibrahim the fake, a pass mid-air to Queener. What a play!
Was that
and
a pass
timeout will come from the Lakewood bench. And what a performance there this last few minutes by Queener and the rest of the Invaders, doing it on the defensive end and turning it into some layups on the offensive end.
See Queener going to the bench now a little bit. She was holding her stomach. I'm not sure if she's just tired. Or
yeah, she put in quite a shift there.
Yeah, that was, what was it, the last 6 points? Or 7 points she just scored,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Had the 3 and 2 layups there.
Yeah. Good work. We talked about it early on, Lakewood didn't turn the ball over, and that sequence there, just got a little sloppy with the ball and turned it over. This is what happens, right? You had a team right back in the game.
Absolutely. And again, if Lakewood just takes care of the ball today, the way they're shooting and finding each other, just the pure quantity of their shot attempts tonight is going to be beneficial for them because it's just one of those days where it's, like they say with the Cavs, it's a Cavalanche. I mean, the Rangers, they're really doing a good job of, going downhill, and it's hard to stop them on a day like today. But, when you lose those opportunities and those shot attempts because, you turn the ball over on the perimeter, that's where, like you said, Coach, that it's going to be a lot easier for a team like Normandy to catch up.
For sure. Coach Perella had to go to the bench and take Queener out. Oh, man, look at that.
Hudak finds herself open underneath. Nice defense from the Invaders, but McKenna with the tie-up, and it will be Lakewood ball. Man, what a play by number 14, Bridget McKenna there.
Brigitte is, I'm telling you, she's done a really good job here in her junior year coming up with, good defensive stuff. And the funny thing is, growing up, she has some offensive prowess, too. And I think as she continues to get time, you'll see it next year.
And there is the offensive prowess of Sydney Hampton on the right-handed layup there. Got it to go off the rim and in. Nice take by Hampton, her first points of the evening. Menacing defense from McKenna and Garcia. Hampton the other way, the left-handed layup. That one is good. Sydney Hampton, 4 points in a row. And a nice defensive effort by Garcia and McKenna. Yeah. Just the way McKenna moves her feet and keeps her hands active is something that you don't see from every defender. She is relentless.
Exactly.
And like you
Beautiful.
said, for someone that growing up you're playing and maybe you're the offensive engine for some of your youth teams and stuff, she's come right in and played an exceptional role. She doesn't handle the ball a ton. They're not asking her to shoot the ball 50 times a game, but, I mean, she usually in her shifts is on the ball as it's brought up and just makes life tough for the other team.
But, you know, in your youth, even when you were used to scoring the ball a little bit, you don't forget. So, you know, it just takes some time at this level and she'll get there. We see Queener had to come back in. I figure Coach Perella couldn't let that last too long.
No, right.
She was really the catalyst that got him back in the game, and they need her production out there on the floor.
Certainly will be a welcome sight for Normandy as they went on a little bit of a run, but it was Sydney Hampton that put out that fire quickly. Nice curl in the middle there, and a bounce pass through a wall of invaders, and that one gets through and goes in for Garcia. God, the vision by Hudak on that one was beautiful. As McKenna steals it back away.
Such a good job.
Henrikson bumped underneath as she took it to the hole and will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. But boy, it was almost like Hudak knew where Garcia was going to be without even having to see it.
So, you know, we try to work on those things, pick and rolls, pick and pops. You know, that was a good, you know, she just kind of came around the edge. She saw where the help was going. So instead of going closer to the basket, she just pops out a little bit to the short corner and get ready to shoot. And that is her shot. I'm telling you, she has such.
Well, you can see how
good
quickly
touch.
she doesn't hesitate in that spot at all.
No.
And that's a tough shot for any basketball player. Is that mid corner shot? If your depth perception's a little off, but she looks so comfortable in that corner.
They say that's a lost art in basketball, the art of the mid-range, yeah, for sure.
2 minutes remaining in this one as Henrikson's second attempt comes up short, and Normandy will gain possession. 34-15, the Rangers lead. Queener working, gets it off into the corner. Nice take towards the middle, but no good from Wagner. And Lakewood will come back the other way. Coach Perella imploring the invaders to get back. McKenna found herself up, but no hesitation. Off the back iron. Carroll. They're going to say she walked. And Carroll goes, they caught me.
Yep. Yeah, she knew it.
Number
Good
21.
rebound. Good offensive rebound.
Milan Novik into the game for Normandy, along with Ibrahim checking back in. Queener will bring this one up. It's been tough sledding for Normandy tonight. You can see that some of the fatigue from having to face this Rangers onslaught. The defense, the pressure, and the steals. Nice job by Queener not to give up on that one.
Really was.
But Henrikson stayed on it. Lakewood gets it ahead. Hudak working it to Carroll. Her shot fake gets her into the middle. And that pass was between two Rangers. Found no Rangers, and we'll go back to the invaders.
You saw Hampton tap her chest like, yeah, my bad on that one.
Yeah, Normandy's doing a little better job of keeping track here of the Rangers. Not so many transition buckets this quarter, but Lakewood is still doing a nice job in the half court.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a big deficit in that first quarter. I think that like I said, if they could find a way to play it kind of even and nibble off a little bit at a time, they'll be all right.
Nice job underneath there as Marvel finds herself being hounded by McKenna.
Yep. They've got Queener going a little bit. Like I said, they gotta get Wagner going a little bit.
Yep.
She had a great move last time on the floor. Just couldn't convert.
Certainly, you can see the flashes from Normandy, and we'll see if that will be enough to get them back into this one, a game they trail by 19. Nice turn over the shoulder there. No good, and the rebound was pulled down by Carroll. McKenna will push it the other way. She'll turn and find Hampton, who will set it up. Hudak, wide open underneath. Left-handed layup is good. All by herself, Jackie Hudak.
So that's happened too many times. I'm sure Coach Perella is like, hey, we got to start talking, guys. Who's got who?
It has to be the ball, you, and then the rim.
Absolutely.
And too many lapses in defense today in this first half for the invaders, and Lakewood, to their credit, has been able to find the gaps. Hampton working it around. Saw an open Hudak. Finds her. That pass underneath cut off nicely by number 21, Milanovic.
Yeah, I saw what Jackie Hudak was looking at. It was just not there. It was, know.
Maybe for a split second
yeah,
there,
for a
but
split
you
second,
can't
but
think
then-
about that
yeah,
one. You got to
no,
go for it.
for sure.
Baseline out of bounds here. Carroll will roll off, and that one too easy for Queener to steal away as 5 seconds are remaining in this half. Queener dribbled it out of bounds. They're going to say it was last deflected by McKenna, and Normandy will have the ball baseline out of bounds. Queener really giving her full effort here in this first half. It will have to be a quick one, just 1.2 seconds remaining. Open. And no good. Nice shot there by Milanovic. And Normandy and Lakewood will head into the locker rooms at the half with Lakewood leading the Invaders 36-15. It's senior day here at Lakewood High School, and boy, has it been a good first half for the Rangers. We'll be back with the second half action and our All-Stars at the half after the break. All right, here with Danny Arth at the half. Just 2 minutes until we're going to tip back off again here from Lakewood High School. Danny, a great offensive quarter and defensive quarter for the Lakewood Rangers. It was a complete first half. Who'd you have for your Arth All-Stars for Lakewood?
I got Mollie Henrikson. She's got 13 points right now. She's very aggressive. She's swiping the ball on defense a lot. And she's in the driver's seat for this Lakewood offense right now.
And it's senior day, so it's her day. And she has really been knocking it down from deep. It's not a good formula to leave her open. She's been open more times than not from behind the arc. As for Normandy, they had a good little spurt at the end of the first half. Who'd you have for Normandy?
I had Emily Queener. She's got 11 points, and when you got most of your team's points, good things will happen.
She defensively was really working and had a good motor in that first half too, so we'll see how the second half shakes out. All right, thanks, Danny, for joining us at the half.
Thank
for
you.
All-Stars. And again, we want to let you know about our new sponsor from Journey Basketball Club. They got a Hooper Showcase coming up for boys on April 2nd and June 4th. And it will be for 8th to 11th grade boys on that one. If you're interested in signing your team up, Flash Zone in Oberlin, go ahead and contact Journey Basketball Club at gmail.com or contact Joe Sagat for the Journey Basketball Showcase. As Lakewood and Normandy get back out there, Coach Harper for Lakewood is just basically keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, keep it going. You're beating them in pretty much all facets of the game. Want to keep the energy up, right? No lapses to let them get back in.
This first few minutes is huge.
For sure.
As Coach Perella definitely had his talk with his team at halftime and want to cut down on the open layups that Lakewood has been able to get.
Right, I'm sure. That was an nice easy drive by Queener there.
Garcia's three, no good, as Hudak contested the rebound, but a defensive stop to start for the Invaders, and they'll take that.
You know what's nice? The two main kids for this Normandy team, Queener and Wagner, I mean, they're only juniors, so.
Nice hustle by Queener. She shot it and got it back. Finds Ibrahim from deep. That one no good, but a great sequence from the Invaders there. Lots of hustle and heart by Queener. Our all-star at the half.
Yeah, she did that in the first half really well. Followed up her shot. It's a good drive by IE there.
Oh, ahead of the pack there was Wagner. That one no good from Wagner. Nice defense by the Rangers to get back after she leaked out. As Pilgrim pivots, turns, finds Hampton. Henrikson open. Good shot fake there. Thought better of it. Hampton now open. Lakewood finding the holes in the defense here. Little bit of a zone, it looks like, from Normandy.
I don't know, Grant. I think it's a man-to-man defense. I think I hear Coach Perella yelling, "Who do you have?"
I was trying to figure out the defensive assignment.
I think we all are. See, that's where once again, he talked a little bit about having a young team, and that the communication part of it is huge. Young kids don't usually open their mouths to talk like, "Hey, who you got? Who you got?"
Right. He has to come from the bench sometimes, as a blocking foul will be called there on the Invaders, number 13, Wagner, as Henrikson determined to get to the hoop on that one.
It's a good move. Good move to avoid the offensive foul.
Henrikson going to the line to shoot a pair. Great atmosphere and crowd out here on Senior Day. It's been awesome to see so many familiar faces in the stands today and a big crowd to cheer on our two seniors, the Mollies. That one
has
short
been
again.
awesome. I saw a couple 19 grads.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's always good to see the legacy of the program, and it just gives you such a good warm feeling to come back and watch the team play and stay connected.
For sure. I mean, when those girls were seniors, these girls were the seniors now were freshmen.
Definitely
so.
right. You have a link there, and you have a soft spot for the ones that you are seeing your freshmen grow up right before your eyes there. As Garcia pulls that one down, and the sophomore has been growing up all year here for the Rangers.
She's so good. Her hands, if you just watch the way she puts the ball back on the glass, it's just her hands are second to none.
Hudak went for the steal there. Ibrahim found herself open and no
Oh,
good on
man.
the layup, but a defensive lapse there from Hudak. A little aggressive there as she ended up
Yeah, on the wrong side.
on the
right?
wrong
Yeah.
side of the equation. Oh, what a block underneath by Wagner. Stuffed that one back. Really nice defense. As
Very nice, very
Queener
nice.
is waving, I believe, for a sub. As Hardy will check in for Queener, who's been really working hard today for the Invaders.
Yeah, she came out in the first half right after she scored that 7 points. She doesn't seem to be right though, you know. And
Sure, yeah, battling through it today.
yeah, battling
Pushing through it
for a
as
team.
Hudak pushes that one through the net. Nice corner three by Hudak, and that wasn't a very complicated baseline out of bounds, Coach Harper.
No.
As
and
Hudak
Grace-
gets the steal again. Just found herself open in the corner
Oh,
there.
look at
Nice back cut by Henrikson, using the glass, and it's your day, Mollie Henrikson.
Yes, sir.
What a great.
Just in case you thought that 25-point outburst was an anomaly the last time these two teams played, she's showing that she's every bit of that.
She is certainly working hard on both ends and making her statement on this one.
Good stuff.
Into the corner the ball goes, and Normandy will try to find some answers without Queener out there. It will be high time for Wagner to get going in this one.
Yeah, they just need someone else to be able to step up and help.
Ibrahim got to the middle there, but was tripped up. Working it around there. Normandy do a nice job, take their time here, not losing the possession. As that one off the rim, no good. There's Wagner. Her shot no good. Garcia pulled it down, and they're going to say she stepped on the touch line and turned that ball back to the Invaders.
Good rebound, though. You know, she has a knack for being in the right place.
Sure.
You know, at the right time. It's good stuff.
And yeah, all rebounders who have, you know, that prowess, they kind of have that instinct. Okay, the ball's coming from this angle, it's going to drop off this way, or it hit this way off the rim. I got to position myself there. She definitely has those rebounding instincts.
Absolutely.
Garcia working it here, finds Hampton. Hampton finds herself all alone. She'll tee up a three, no good. Pilgrim got in there for the rebound, but it was tipped to Ibrahim.
Yeah, that's the next evolution of Sydney Hampton's game. You know, she can start knocking that down with a little bit of she's a tough customer, man.
Oh, yeah. As Hudak got a little too physical on that one, as Carroll and McKenna will check back into this one here in a second.
Yeah, Brigham McKenna needs to be rewarded for her efforts
Yes.
in that first half. She definitely needs to see the floor a little bit. She's done a great job.
She's done an excellent job of giving the Rangers that punt, because sometimes, you know, you go to your bench and maybe your identity changes a little bit from unit to unit. It's not the case this year for the Rangers because they can bring good on-ball defenders at you in waves. What a closeout by Hampton, but no matter for number 23. Savannah Hardy knocked it down from the corner.
Great shot.
43-17 now.
They needed that. They needed a little something to stop the bleeding, you know.
Love that closeout by Hampton. She sold out there, but Hardy, tough shot-making ability there. Carroll going to work it around, looking for a ball handler. Henrikson clears out and it will work its way into Pilgrim's hand as Hampton will set up the offense now. A little bit of a different lineup here for Lakewood. You know, not a go-to scorer in this group, so it'll be good to see Lakewood moving the ball around here.
Oh, yeah.
As Henrikson finds herself open on the wing. Going to receive a pick from Carroll. Nice defense there, but Henrikson got the deflection right back into her hands, and it was tipped away nicely by Subber Ibrahim. Really good defense by the Invaders there. Ibrahim passes it underneath as Wagner will work against Carroll.
Yeah,
Wagner gets into the lane, no good.
I think Giori could have put that shot up. I don't know if she was
I
quite
think,
ready for it.
I think she was a little off balance on that out-of-bounds line. I wasn't sure if she was going to be able to keep her footing. Haven't been many defensive lapses for the Rangers tonight. They've done a good job, even when they turn the ball over, getting back in transition.
Yeah, they really
it's
have.
Hampton that kicks it to Henrikson. Wide open in the corner. That one a little too long. But Henrikson gets it back again. Good shot fake by IE.
Oh,
nice pass,
great
senior
pass.
to senior on senior day.
I saw that development. I'm like, I hope she sees that. What a great kick.
That's a great moment for the seniors there.
Absolutely.
Carroll working on Giori, number 3. Hardy working, just knocked down a nice three-pointer for the Invaders, but working against a tough defender in Pilgrim. That one floated into the middle and picked off by McKenna. Head up, here she comes the other way.
Yep.
Carroll gets it underneath, right into the body of Giori, and what a block by number 3.
Great block by the senior. Yeah, they need some, like, even if it's a Giori, Giori's a senior, right, and she leads them in rebounding. Just needs some other kid to step up,
Right, and it doesn't have to be the first chance. It might be a second chance pointer.
Yeah.
Be a little more competitive on the boards.
Yeah. I mean, Queen are having problems in and out. You need someone else to show up and get in there and be able to contribute. Wagner's had a rough night of it, scoring the ball. She's done great defensively. She's got a couple deflections and a couple blocks, but offensively her game's not there tonight. So, you need someone else, right? If you're going to be a good team, someone else to step up.
As we'll have a couple new substitutes into the game. Doran into the game and McCullough in for the first time today. Some good minutes from both of them this year for sure, as Doran finds herself with the ball right on cue. Passes it off to McCullough. Carroll underneath, turned into the defense, however, and it was stolen away by Queener, who checks back in.
Oh, yeah, I am a McCullough fan, the third McCullough female to join the Lakewood Rangers ranks here. Had the pleasure of coaching her 2 older sisters.
I am McCullough, only getting in for a few minutes a game at this point, but if you would believe it, Coach Harper, and she has a great impact every time she's out there. She's plus 58 on the season in that plus-minus category.
Plus-minus, yeah.
I love that plus-minus because, we try to go in the stats and see who's doing what, et cetera, and I love the plus-minus because it shows they're making the most of their minutes.
Absolutely, and, I don't understand it a bit. Don't ask me to put the calculation together, but I know it's an important number, and it is something that I used to look at, like, what is the effect of a kid when they're out there?
Right, and again, are they being unselfish?
Right.
Are they being –
because eye doesn't always tell the tell,
Right, it's that cut that you make that opens somebody else up, or it's that skip pass that you make and you get the hockey assist sometimes, right? So the plus-minus is something that you use specifically for young players who aren't being asked to take a lot of shots. As that shot at the end of the corner is no good, and our third quarter, brought to you by NewCastle Roofing, ends with Lakewood up 45-17 over the Invaders. And we want to give a big shout-out to NewCastle Roofing. And we want to give a big shout out to our fourth quarter sponsor coming up here, Harrington Moving. Around the corner or across the country, you can count on Harrington Moving to get you there. They offer packing, unpacking, movage, and storage services, and they are proudly veteran owned. Visit harringtonmoving.us to book your next move today. A little bit of a technical difficulty here. And for once, it's not our fault.
Those gremlins in the building, man, I'm telling you, they'll jump up and bite you.
That's right. 45-17, it's been a really what have you been more impressed with here, Coach Harper? I'm going to ask you a tough one here, but offensively, Lakewood has shucking off the cobwebs today, and like you said, gotten back to what we normally see from this Ranger squad. I don't think you need to go
any further. I think that has been the most impressive thing. I think coming off of that Holy Name game where you only scored 27 points, and like I said, the last 7.5 minutes of that game against Holy Name, they didn't score 1 point. They only scored 1 point in the whole fourth quarter. So, if there's any time that doubt can set in, you want to make sure that next game you come out and you put the ball in the hoop, and they have done that today. So that's just another marker.
And they're taking care of business today, like we talked about at the top.
For sure, and because I'm telling you, Normandy is not as bad as Lakewood has made them look today. To be honest with you,
we've seen the flashes of their play. We've seen their pressure come up big at moments here today.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Garcia thought about a jumper there. Henrikson gets herself open on the wing. That one no good. Nice unselfish play by the two there. And we talked about it. Lakewood's done a nice job of not looking ahead, as Giori will tee up a layup there, but it was blocked out of bounds by Henrikson. you know, Lakewood's done a good job of taking the game that's in front of them as they lead by 28 right now, and hopefully are in the driver's seat for a win here today. If I jinx this one, that will be the end of my prediction game. But boy, do we have a good one coming up on Monday between Holy Name and Lakewood, the two top teams in the GLC East. Lakewood holds an advantage in the loss column. They just have one loss to Holy Name's 2, but Holy Name has a win over the Rangers. That's going to be a great game.
It really will be.
Garcia gets it to Hudak, who finds an open Pilgrim underneath. She was bumped, and the layup is good. Mollie Pilgrim will go to the line to try to finish off the three-point play. Nice pass and tough finish by the senior.
That is good unselfish play by Hudak there. She knew she had Pilgrim behind her. It was just a matter of being able to catch and secure the ball and then get the easy end one.
Pilgrim's shot up and good. Nice job by Mollie Pilgrim.
Yeah, but what a bounce back game. I mean, this is what you need, you know.
And seeing the girls at practice this week, one of the things that you notice is they really practice hard. You saw girls holding each other accountable. They were really going through the drills with a good tenacity. It's hard. I mean, the winter sports season is by far the longest.
It is.
Of the three. It's a grind, but the girls have stayed very focused and determined this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you point that out. There is nothing longer than the winter sports season.
Well, I was counting the days with somebody today, and I was like, well, it's senior night. And they're like, it's already senior night? I go, you might think it's already senior night, but I've been –
Right, exactly.
It starts even in October in some respects.
For sure.
And goes all the way through sometimes even March, depending on the type of season that you're in.
Right, yeah, exactly. And
there's all the breaks in there, and the kids are in school, out of school.
But it's the winter time too, and we're here in Northeast Ohio,
yes.
So it can be gloomy around here.
Yeah, it's hard to get up and get to the gym.
To keep the kids motivated and keep them going.
And I think
every coach needs to get creative during the season to make basketball practice fun.
What a play by Hudak to tip that one back after it got blocked. Sam Hudak will not be denied. A scoop pass to Garcia, a bounce pass to Pilgrim. That one off the rim, no good, but Garcia got the putback, no good.
Right there.
Gets her own rebound, and she is fouled. And boy, if there is a possession that is a microcosm of this Lakewood team, that was it.
Yeah, microcosm of Delaney Garcia.
Yes.
It's just her just in the right spot at the right time.
Well, that possession started with Hudak getting blocked, and then it just made her mad. Don't make Sam Hudak
That's
mad.
true.
You will feel the wrath.
There's no quitting her, that's for sure.
There's no quitting the Rangers on that possession. As checking into the game now for the Rangers, a couple new subs. Number 1, Sophia Zarbo into the game, and Lucy Henrikson getting to share the court with her big sister, IE, on senior day. Those are the things that make high school sports so great.
Really does. We mentioned
take a million pictures of that.
we mentioned McAuliffe earlier, and when all 3 girls were in the program.
Right.
The senior night, we had them all on the floor together, so it was pretty cool.
Layup underneath didn't go, and Garcia is now hounded underneath her own basket. Thought better of that pass. Nice job and composure from the sophomore there. I shock myself every time I say that. The sophomore.
The sophomore. Hey, we've got a couple more sophomores on the floor now.
Yes, we do, and Zarbo and Henrikson, Lucy.
And I'm telling you, it tells you that the future is bright. Even after the junior class gets out, this class is going to be one to contend with, too. They've got a couple players in here that are really nice.
Ibrahim with the nice layup there. Henrikson, good contest. And like we talked about the JV team, if you didn't hear us earlier here on the Lakewood Sports Channel, but, they're used to winning games by some good margins so far this year. And
for sure.
They get in these varsity games, they don't miss a beat.
Nope. You're absolutely right about that.
Lucy working against Ibrahim. That one taken away by Queener. Ibrahim turns, finds Wagner down the lane. Turned away by Zarbo. Nice defense by Mollie and Sophia. As Normandy will work it around, just under 5 minutes remaining now in this one. Lakewood with a commanding 50 to 19-point lead. Garcia, great box out. Warms a coach's heart to see that.
Yeah, buddy, love it. Hey, I tell you, I really get jazzed up about fundamentals.
Yes. Nothing a former coach likes to see more than a jump stop or a box out. as Lakewood will work this one around here. A couple of turnovers for Lakewood so far here with this new group in. They're going to have to.
Yeah, it happens.
It does happen as Normandy's playing really tough here.
Kids who don't see the floor a lot, they get in and it's, get a little bright-eyed.
Yes.
It's all right.
What about Lakewood's style this season and today, Coach Harper, as I see 3 invaders with they're bent over, I mean, Normandy's played hard tonight. To their credit, they have a lot of girls playing a lot of minutes because the rotation that they have. But what is it about Lakewood's style that takes the wind out of the other team so quickly? Is it the pressure? Is it the shooting? What do you chalk that up to?
Well, I think it starts with the pressure. I think but they played it from the tip of the ball. They played at a breakneck speed, and that's been great. And we talked about it earlier. Coach Pirelli doesn't seem to go that deep into his bench, and so. Now you do have your main guns out there who are playing a lot of minutes, and they're tired. Now they've got to deal with the refreshed Lakewood crew that keep subbing and they keep running.
Right.
That'll wear you out.
Yes, and again, we talked about it when you don't have the dip in person, not dip in personnel, but every player has their own personality, right?
Oh,
and so it's good to see Lakewood has the same mentality and the same idea. We're going to pause play.
13 Wagner down.
For an injury here. Hoping everything's all right on the sideline there.
Good. Wagner's walking off on her own accord.
Good sign. So we'll hope the best for Emily Wagner, who's done a great job today. 2 more games coming up on the regular season schedule for the Rangers. Monday, they'll be here and we'll be with you. Coach Harper, Grant Graves, Danny Arth will be carrying the Holy Name Lakewood game on the Lakewood Sports Channel. By all accounts, that game will be for the GLC East Crown. That will be such a fantastic game. We hope you can join us at 7 p.m. for that one. And then just a couple days later, it'll be North Royalton and Lakewood on a reschedule. That'll be the final regular season game before Lakewood gets ready for the GLC tournament. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up here, Coach Harper, on the Lakewood Sports Channel.
Ibrahim with a couple nice good skills
she's had
and finishes.
Yes. And like you said, credit to Lakewood's played well today, but Normandy is a team that'll play at sight, and they have the athletes to do it. And Ibrahim has certainly been one of those we've seen today with a nose for the basketball. Another turnover for the Rangers. This one now a 25-point game as a wholesale sub will come in for the Invaders.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Work will be working here soon to get her seniors pulled off one by one and get them recognition.
That's always one of my favorite parts of senior day is the slow walk to the bench there. As a nice layup underneath there by checking into the game for the first time, number 15. I'll let you know when I have it.
Yeah, that's not on our roster here, huh? Wow.
Henrikson pulls the 3. That one no good. Fought for by Zarbo underneath, and the jump ball will go back to the Invaders. Sorry about missing that one. We pride ourselves on the research we do here on the Lakewood Sports Channel.
Well, Coach,
and here comes Mollie Henrikson off with Mollie Pilgrim, the 2 seniors coming off with 3 minutes remaining. A big hug from Coach Work for both Mollies. What a great scene.
Fantastic.
Nice steal by McKenna. She takes her layup down the other way, and it's bridging. McKenna with the layup.
And you like her out here with this crew here because I think you'll see her shoot the ball a little bit more and feel a little more comfortable.
Yes, it's almost like we have a glimpse into next year's lineup with no Hampton or the Hudak sisters in here, but this has been a squad, like we said, that's played some really, really good JV games this year.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Doran working in around the perimeter with Zarbo. Zarbo to Henrikson. Garcia with the shot fake. Able to bounce it into the corner. McKenna thought better of it. Finds herself open. Henrikson from the wing.
Woo, in and out.
I had my runs in the family call all lined up for that one as it was halfway down.
Hey, you don't think Lucy Henrikson's going to be gunning for her sister's record the next couple years?
We can't wait to carry it here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. That will be a storyline for sure, because there's nothing like talking about those bragging rights when you get around the dinner table.
Oh, buddy, for Thanksgivings to come.
Yes. and Henrikson, Mollie, you know, obviously her three-point prowess is well known, but Lucy almost has an identical shot. I mean, really, really good shooting genes in that family.
Absolutely. She can light it up.
As a timeout is
it
called.
It does on the JV level, as a matter of fact.
Yes, absolutely. As a timeout is called here on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by our friends at Harrington Moving, NewCastle Roofing, First Round of Lakewood, and the Journey Basketball Club. Once again, if you are interested in signing up for the Journey Basketball Club Showcase on April 2nd and June 4th for 8th to 11th grade boys, give Joe Seguin a call or email at journeybasketballclub@gmail.com. So we want to give a big shout out to our sponsors this year. Our first senior day here, we'll have the boys senior day coming up in a week or so. And we got a good one coming up tonight, Padua and Lakewood on the Lakewood Sports Channel. It's our doubleheader Saturday. We did one of these last year too, and then I slept for about 15 straight hours. But it's an awesome day. There's nothing I'd rather be doing than calling back-to-back Ranger games, and hopefully we can get back-to-back Ranger wins as the Lakewood Rangers on the girls' side are positioned for a win here. McCullough from deep. That one no good as the crowd got on their feet to see McCullough shoot that one. Back the other way. That layup no good, but a foul from McCullough on the other end.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Aya McCullough can shoot that. That's her, you know. People see her, she looks more like a post player. Yeah, she can step out there at the three-point line.
Absolutely.
She did it all last year and the year before, you know, playing JV basketball.
Her sister graduating last year, Gianna McCullough. A great career here, and like you said, another great senior day memory, being able to see those two share the court. And we had a triplet of them on the court at one time as well.
Absolutely.
That free throw, no good, and McKenna will control it, and we're approaching just 1 minute left in this one with Lakewood leading 52-28.
And don't forget about Asia McCullough, who was the first one who graduated in 20,
yes.
who, in my mind, still was probably the most talented of them all.
Oh, yeah.
She was tough.
It was before the Lakewood Sports Channel. But
yes, sir.
the legend lives in the
before they have
hardwood
footage.
here, yes. Yeah.
You just have to take my word for it.
There's AL and BL before Lakewood Sports Channel and after Lakewood Sports.
Oh, buddy.
Normandy with a few more subs here as this one ticks down. Coach Work has to be pleased with the effort of the Rangers today, because you can get caught up in the emotions and the pageantry of a day like today. It's for the head coach, it's one part emotional to see your seniors out there, but it's two parts. Are you locked? You know, are you ready to go? And it's such a great day we can come out a win on senior day. That's what it's all about. Foul underneath, and the finish, Sophia Zarbo putting the bow on this one. What a take by Sophia.
Played through the contact, finished. Beautiful.
I think the third and one for Lakewood today.
Maybe so.
The girls are finishing the buckets tonight.
Maybe so.
Like we said, we'll be bringing you Lakewood basketball tonight at 7 p.m. The boys play in Padua, and then Coach Harper, Grant Graves, and Danny Arthur will be right back with you Monday night at 7 p.m. as Holy Name and Lakewood will square off for the GLC East crown. And then we'll have the GLC tournament coming up later in the week, next couple of weeks. We'll be carrying that, and we're really excited for that. It's an awesome wrinkle that this conference has put in, and getting the teams into a March Madness style tournament, an OHSAA type tournament without the stakes, if you will.
Yeah, it's cool.
Still a lot of stakes, but
yeah,
obviously
for sure.
Seasons won't be ending at that point.
Right. It's the age of COVID making up all these games, you know. This is the funny part. Having the tournament, it has to go off when it has to go off, but then you still have games to make up. And it's a little bit
I
of
do
a wild
not envy
scene.
those schedule makers.
No, not at all. Coaching in the age of COVID, man, I tell you. Ugh.
Yes, it is a tall
I
task.
still keep in touch with some of my, fellow coaches, and they just talk about the trials and tribulations of it. It's rough.
And that's what makes today so special is, seeing everybody back in the gym and having a good game. And, you forget about that for a little bit, and we have everybody here. And it's been a great atmosphere the entire day.
For sure. Next year, the senior night will really be interesting. You're probably talking about six. You're probably talking about 6 or so seniors potentially next year.
Yeah, we're going to have to get on the air an hour before that.
Yeah, talk about a ceremony. Woo, might be longer than the game.
They're going to be busy over at Erie Design there, getting all these those printouts as McKenna will dribble out the clock on this one. 54-30. Lakewood will take this one from the Invaders. A great game played on senior day. A big shout out to Mollie Pilgrim, Mollie Henrikson on not only their senior day, but 2 fantastic games played by the seniors today. They were all over the place, and Lakewood was all over this one. As we are going to sign off for today, but if you are looking for more Lakewood basketball, you're in luck. We'll be back tonight. Pat Hayes, Grant Graves, Danny Arth on that one tonight at 7 p.m. It'll be Padua and Lakewood coming at you from here at Lakewood High School. We're so glad you could join us for Senior Day today. A big shout out to Mollie and Mollie as they close out their senior day here. It was an awesome game by the Rangers in all facets. And Mike, we're really looking forward to that game on Monday.
Very much so, man. I love it. I'll have one of the best seats in the house. I'll get to watch it, and I won't have the stress of won't have the stress of coaching.
That's
so
right.
It's gonna be, but I am really looking forward to that matchup. I think that the Rangers are out to prove that the team that you saw against Holy Name Light is not the real team.
And honestly,
because I believe that
things work in mysterious ways, and sometimes when you have a letdown against that team that's right next to you in the standings, that second time around, we're really hoping Lakewood will show their true purple and gold colors. Well, thanks for joining us today on Senior Day from Lakewood High School. For Danny Arth, for Mike Harper, and Grant Graves, have a good day, and go Rangers.
Go Rangers.